Hello again, friends. It's been a minute. It's been a long, cold winter in upstate New York, and I've been busy freezing my ass off. But finally, the sun is shining and boating season has returned anew. Thanks for sticking around for the long winter breaks that are an unfortunate reality of a channel like mine. I've got some exciting things lined up this year for you. But for now, it's time to get the boat ready to be enjoyed again now that it's out of storage. My backyard and driveway are, to put it mildly, a little tight. So after a 500-point turn in my trusty Outback, I can finally connect the trailer. My boat is so tied up against this chain link fence that I need to pull it into the driveway and back it up at a slight angle in order to have access to both sides of the hull to give it a good bath. It's pretty dirty from 6 months of storage and the near constant rain we've gotten in New York this spring. It's funny. I was dreading adding the extra workload of boat maintenance on top of all of the duties of being a new father. But from the moment the first spray of hose water splashed against the hull, I was reminded of how therapeutic it can be to meticulously care for something that means a lot to you. Becoming a parent has really helped me appreciate the little moments more. Whether it's an hour during the day without crying, or the peaceful bliss of preparing your boat for a summer of new memories. It hasn't helped at all with my head constantly being in the clouds, however, dreaming of the day that he's big enough to introduce him to boating. The smile on his face the first time the wind is in his hair as we pick up speed, but crashing back down to reality. With him not being ready yet, it ultimately means I'll be doing a lot of solo boating this year if we can't find a sitter. Not that I'm complaining. Solo boating is still boating, and I've found that it's incredibly hard to be sad on a boat.
Now we're gonna wash and condition all the vinyl in the boat. I'm gonna be using this vinyl sauce cleaner. It's a little silly, but I found that it works really well. Then we're gonna take our vinyl sauce and just coat the whole thing.
Yes, that's actually me talking into a microphone on camera. I know, it's something new, and I'm trying to overcome how awkward I feel doing it, so please be nice to me in the comments. I'm very fragile.
Next, we're gonna take a rag and just wipe it all off. Next, we're gonna repeat those steps for all of the interior vinyl, including these side panels. Sorry about the butt shot. All right, next we've got to buff the whole boat. I know the ceramic coat is still looking shiny and it still has pretty good hydrophobic qualities, but it says it's good for only 18 months and it's been 2 years and I'm guilty of loving a project. But I gotta go take care of some dad stuff. My son's waking up from his nap and he's gonna want to be fed. I'll see you in a couple hours. Okay, we're back. Baby boy's down for a nap. Now we're gonna buff the boat now that it's all clean. I'm gonna be using this nano compound from Glide Coat, same company that makes the ceramic coat that I'm gonna be using, so figured why not keep it in the family. Just go ahead and put a few drops on. You don't need to overdo it. And then just go ahead and put this where I'm gonna be working it in, and then start her up.
Buffing the boat is definitely not my favorite part of the process, and it can be tempting to skip this step when applying a ceramic coat, but trust me, it's essential.
All right, so this is gonna take forever, and I'm not gonna bore you with the whole thing. So I'm gonna finish buffing out the boat, and then either later tonight or tomorrow, I'll start putting on the new ceramic coat, which will also take forever.
All right, I know I'm not exactly breaking any new ground here, but being a dad is a lot of work. So we're back the next day instead of finishing up last night. But we still have one more thing to do to prep the surface, and that's to use this Glastron surface wipe. You need to have the cleanest possible surface for maximum adhesion. I just transferred it into this squirt bottle. We're gonna squirt some on and wipe it off, and then just do that over every single surface that we buffed yesterday. It's as simple as that. This is gonna just remove any remaining contaminants or residue from the polish. I'm gonna do the whole boat. See you in a little bit. Surface is all prepped. Gonna let that dry. I'm not gonna lie, it is hot out here today. Not sure how long this white t-shirt's gonna last, folks. Probably not very long.
Now comes the fun part, applying the ceramic coat itself. I've got this Glastron marine ceramic coat. I used it a couple years ago and had really good success with it. When you open it up, it's got almost everything you're gonna need. You've got the ceramic coat itself and a couple applicators and a pair of gloves. Extra stuff you might need, just some more gloves and at least 3 to 4 microfiber claws. I'm gonna start up here because I'm old and bending over is kind of hard. Add a little bit more the first time. This applicator is dry. And you normally want to work in 2 foot by 2 foot sections, but since this top bit is just straight and no wider than the applicator, I'm gonna do the whole thing in one shot. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Let's give it a shot.
This whole side of the boat plus the engine cowling are both done. I'm gonna let them sit for a little bit before I start the other side. Plus, it's dad duty time again. See you in a couple hours. Whew. All right, we're all done with the ceramic coat. It took us most of the day. I guess really took us about 2 days with all the prep work. It was a lot of work, but it's always really worth it in the end to see the boat shine and get the satisfaction that you did the job yourself. There's still some work to be done on the interior. It needs to be vacuumed, hatches need to be sprayed out, but I really don't want to be kicking up any dust or grime while the ceramic coat is still curing, so I guess that's a project for tomorrow. I'll see you then. Seeing the results the next day make all of the sweat and effort worth it. She shines like she's brand new. Welcome back. Another day, another task to get the boat ready for the year. We're gonna start out with vacuuming the floor. It's pretty nasty. Don't park your boat under a tree and leave it uncovered. You gotta do what you gotta do. Then we're gonna spray out and clean all the hatches, which are disgusting, and then load all the gear back in, and we should be good to go. All right, everything is all set. I cleaned out all the hatches. I figured you didn't need to see me on my hands and knees scrubbing up grime. The last step to getting the boat ready to go is putting all of our gear back in. I guess I'll show you where all that goes. First up, we have these massive fenders that are too big for what we need. I'm gonna put these in the back of the car because we actually take these with us to where we dock the boat seasonally. It's pretty far away, and these just give us an extra peace of mind that the boat's gonna be safe. All right, next we've just got our normal fenders that we stow in the boat in case we dock anywhere else besides our standard dock. These are gonna go in our stern port compartment, just so we know exactly where they are. Next, super important, gotta have a fire extinguisher on the boat. This we're gonna put in our port starboard container in the back. Always close to me as a driver, and I know exactly where it's gonna be in the event of a fire. We use this really cool sea sucker suction cup mount. I don't like to drill holes in the boat unless I have to. Speaking of sea sucker, we've got a cup holder. One of the weird things about this boat, one of the few things I don't like, there's not a cup holder for the driver of the boat, and there's not even really a good spot to stick this one. So I kind of just put it behind me so I can sip on a coffee or a water. A couple more pieces of safety gear that I'm just gonna put with the fire extinguisher so all of it is in the same spot. We've got our distress flag, just in case we need it, and our flares. Next up, crucially important, who doesn't love to jump in the water and go for a swim? For that, you need an anchor. This is gonna go in our bow compartment. And last but not least, we've got our dock line. We've got 4 of them, more than we need. These are gonna go with our fenders and the stern port container. Okay, so I forgot a few other important pieces of safety gear. First, we have a couple of oars that we store in our ski locker. We've never had an engine failure with this brand new Mercury, but never say never. It could happen at any time and you want to be able to get yourself back to shore. We also have our throwable cushion, which is going to go in the same compartment with all of our other safety gear. We also have various life jackets that are going to kind of go wherever there's a spot. There's not an abundance of storage in this boat, so you got to make do with what you have. But always make sure you have a life jacket for everybody on board, even if they're not wearing it. All right, work's all done. The boat is all ready. Time to get on the road and finally go for the first ride of the year. Let's do this. While I know dealing with inclement weather is an unfortunate reality of living in upstate New York, that doesn't make it sting any less when an already short boating season gets abridged even further by situations outside of your control. The boat's been home from storage since the end of April, and it's rained near non-stop straight up to June. I'd be lying if I said I haven't been struggling with the weather this spring. Not to get too personal, but it's got me feeling kinda bummed. I'm hoping for sunshine soon so I can get back out on the water. Rest assured that once the nice weather returns, I'll have more videos for you. Thank you for watching. See you soon.